Hey, YouTube, social norms. We're talking about a large, deep topic here today. I'm only going to be able to scratch the surface. So bear with me. Social norms really encompass commonly accepted standards for human behavior. And this is something that can be found anywhere in the world, within communities or groups of people. You have this human condition that people want to do things that actually allow them a higher chance of survival. So they come together and create norms. What are some examples of social norms? Well, it's how you treat others, your personal habits which affect others. It could be how we behave in public, how we make a living, our choice of career or jobs, how we conduct business, our politics and laws, how we live our life. Our lifestyle can really influence other people for the positive and negative. How we communicate with others through the verbal language and through body language. What we look like, as taboo as it sounds, how we groom ourselves, our hair color, our hairstyles, facial hair even, our jewelry, or even makeup, accessories on our bodies make a big influence on how people perceive us. And once again, perception is kind of the name of the game going through here. So we also have to look at even our mode of transportation, even our housing can be a big deal depending on what group that you're a part of. The customs. Now, that's probably one of the deepest rooted influences of what is going to be the common denominator of determining a social norm for a lot of people, that especially they come from customs that are thousands of years old. It might be really hard to shake that or to reinvent or to create a new norm. Sometimes I take old customs and make slow, minor adjustments to them over time to get what they want. And what about our personal beliefs? It could be in God, or it could be in the type of philosophies that we hold dear. These are shaped as well, to some degree, by our norms. And lastly, the things that we buy. It's very surprising sometimes the reactions people have when you tell them that you bought something or you didn't buy something. And they're like, why or why not? And so that can be a big thing. What you actually possess and how you use your resources can actually sometimes bring quite a bit of stress between other people, because you may be butting up heads with the unspoken social norm. So social norms obviously here reflect the values and standards of a community. Within the preparedness community, a special attention needs to be made to the rules of acceptable behavior. Acceptable in order to adapt. Social norms change due to the surrounding events, typically, which the fluid discourse of common happenings comes to a halt. So this is, for an example, it could be that everything's fine in a community and then a tornado comes by and bam, you have a disruption, and now you can't be normal anymore, or at least go through the normal rhythm or flow of the day. So you have to create a deviation, and this is where prepping comes in, because it allows you to be more flexible and adaptable to changes when the social norm is not intact. So we also have to look here that there are certain people as well that don't really understand that sometimes the things that they do are driven by their personal needs. One of the needs is going to be the satisfaction of feeling unique. And this doesn't get talked about a lot, but a lot of people seek attention because they want to try to fulfill that need of feeling unique. And we're not all driven by uniqueness, but it is a need. It's just some people need more of it than others. So if you're one of these people who are driven by the need to be more unique than others around them, you have to be a little bit more careful, because if you're a prepper as well, you may be bringing a lot of unwanted attention your way. So when we talk about, once again in closing here, the social norms obviously apply to us locally and when we travel. And so we need to be mindful of, especially when we travel, that we don't offend another person and maybe get into trouble, either legally and or physically. We could get hurt because we could get into a fight and we didn't even know that what we just said was offensive. And it's also kind of interesting is our experiences as preppers. We kind of may take for granted that in our area we do things a certain way. But in another place, they do it a different way, and they may get similar results. But we have to be mindful that there's always more than one way, typically, to get a result to satisfy our needs. So when we talk about social norms, we talk about the human condition of how we're trying to get along so that we can actually have a higher chance of survival, and so we can even thrive. And so if you have any additional thoughts on this particular topic, feel free to put it in the comment section below. Thanks for hitting the thumbs up button. Thanks for subscribing and sharing the video. I wish everyone the best, and I'll catch you later.